up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all having a great day today. Today I'm starting the video in the truck, so I'm going to be doing kind of a road test to show you guys what I'm replacing and why I'm replacing it, because this part that I am going to be replacing is long overdue as far as I'm concerned. So today I'm going to be replacing the track bar. I ordered a track bar from Dodge Off-Road, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of if you are a Dodge owner or you just are in the diesel community a lot. So in a minute here I'm going to show you pretty much how much I can turn the wheel without it actually affecting my wheels going left and right, because the track bar is so much playing it, because the joint on the top of the track bar, which is at the top, is on a brace right now because the truck is lifted, so there's an extension on it, and that joint is just, the seal's cracked on it and it wiggles a lot, so we're going to get to replacing that. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and show you guys how bad this steering is. Alright, so first let's get this out of the way. I need an alignment. Yes, I need an alignment. I know I need an alignment. I'm waiting until after the track bar got in here because they couldn't give me an alignment because my track bar was so out of whack. So as you can see right now, I'm going about 41, 42 miles an hour. And look how much plays in the wheel. I mean, now you get a little bit of slight kind of bouncing around turn to turn here, but nothing real serious. I've heard that once you get the new track bar in, it's a lot tighter, and if I was doing that, the whole truck would be shaking out of control. So that's just kind of give you an idea of how out of whack my track bar is and how bad the joints are on it, because you should not be able to turn your steering wheel this much. I mean, this is insane. And the truck's minimally like body rolling. It's not even that bad. So it's kind of ridiculous. So with that being said, guys, I will see you guys back at the house once we get there, and after I stop my auto, I gotta pick up a couple other things because, well, I've got a lot of things going on today. So when we get back to the house, we'll go over everything and we'll get started on the track bar. I will see you guys then. Let's package open up and see what the track bar looks like. All right, so here's everything unboxed. You got the track bar right here. You got the brace for the track bar, all the hardware, and your Heim joints. One thing I noticed I didn't get sent out, which is a little disappointing, is there are no directions on how to install this. Luckily, I know how to install this, but for someone like maybe one of you guys watching that don't know how to install a track bar, it would be pretty difficult if you didn't have instructions on the specs of how to install it, as well as the torque specs and how much feet-pound of torque to torque each bolt to. So with that being said, I'm going to do some research on the torque specs real quick, and then we'll go ahead and get started on tearing out the old track bar from the truck here and go ahead and get started on putting the new one in. So now that I safely have the truck jacked up on jack stands, as well as the jack here in case the jack stands fail, and as well as the back tires are chucked. So the first step is going to be removing this bottom bolt here on the passenger side. It's going to be a 19 millimeter. So I'm going to take my impact here and remove the bolt. Well, first you got to turn the air on. And there you go. You're going to want to save this bottom bolt on the passenger side because you will have to reuse it for the track bar when you install the new one. So at the top of the track bar here, this is that bracket I was talking about. Here's the frame. Then you have this bracket here, and then the track bar hooks in here. So first off, we're going to take this little cotter pin out of here. The bolt under the pin there is going to be a 22. Going to remove that. And now the track bar should be free, so I'll move the camera over and we'll pull the track bar out, and then after that we'll pull this brace out here. So as you can see, this old track bar is really bad. The threads on the end here, I don't know if you can see it very well, but they're shot. When I got the lift put on, the threads on this were really bad. We had to grind it down and wire wheel it and go out into Park Rose Hardware. Luckily they had one in stock and get a new one of these bolts so we can get it to work on there. it was a little bit loose, so it was kind of wonky, to be honest. So I'm really happy that we're finally getting this replaced with the new Dodge Off-Road track bar. So the next step is going to be removing this old brace here. Our first bolt's going to be right here. So that first bolt was a 3/4. This next one's going to be an 1 1/16. So on top we have the old stock track bar with the funky bend in it, and on the bottom here we have the Dodge Off-Road track bar. This one I had custom made for an 1/8 inch lift because I'm going to be lifting the truck more here soon in the summer. And the end that I put the Heim joint with the grease fitting on will go on the passenger side, and the silver Heim joint will go on the driver's side. This joint goes in the opposite way, so instead of righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, it's lefty-tighty, righty-loosey for the silver one. So keep that in mind. It took me a minute to figure out because it wasn't going in. So I figured out that this one goes on this end. You have to kind of play around with them to figure out which one goes on which. And then the silver one goes in reverse. Here's the old brace I took off the truck that was on the truck with the lift. And here's the new, stronger, bigger brace that we're going to be putting on for the new track bar. The track bar will sit inside of here and it'll go in like this. So next I'm going to have to figure out which bolts go where. And the foot pounds, I gotta torque them down too because they didn't come with instructions. So I'm gonna do some research real quick and I'll be back with you to install the track bar on the truck. So we're getting ready to put the bracket in here. The longest bolt in the whole package is gonna go through the top of the frame, threads facing down this way, which will be the very front bolt next to the logo here. I'd take a 1/2 inch drill bit and from the bottom of the hole drill up straight to put a hole directly above this hole, because otherwise the bolt was in cockeyed. And now I'm gonna take my old bolt that I pulled out from the old bracket and put it in the hole for the brake line. Alright, so all of our bolts are tightened down. To go over it again, the longest bolt goes in the front here, top of the frame. You gotta drill a 1/2 inch hole straight up from the bottom so that way it's straight up and down. That way it's not on your frame at an angle, not all the way tightened down with the space on one side. And then the bolt that comes with a spacer on it goes right here. And then I had to reuse the 13mm bolt that came off the old bracket up here for the brake line. So now I'm going to take the new track bar and we're going to get ready to install it. So unfortunately, I was putting the track bar in. I was putting the very last bolt in on the driver's side for the track bar, and I went to line it up with the frame, and I came to notice that the track bar I got sent out was too long. It was meant for a bigger lift of a truck. So I took the truck to my buddy's shop in Milwaukee, which is in Oregon, and we'll jump to a clip here to what's going on with the truck. As we just showed up here to where my truck's being worked on, and I got some parts for him. This is his Jeep right here, sick as fuck, and that guy's moving that big lifted Dodge. Brought you some parts. Dodge Off-Road track bar, it's all in here. I got the brace in the car real quick, I'll go grab that. All right guys, so my truck's here in the shop. We are going to end up doing a bunch of work to it, which you'll see in the next couple of videos. So as you guys can see, my truck's at a shop. It's my buddy's shop in Milwaukee, Oregon. Unfortunately, when we got there, I didn't have much battery camera left, so I started recording and the camera died. So next video, I'll be going back there. We're waiting on a bunch of parts, so as parts show up, I'm gonna go ahead and deliver them to them. And once everything gets here, I'll go ahead and go over to the shop and we'll kind of go into everything, what we're doing to the truck. Pretty much, the track bar came out too long and it sucks, and I waited a long time for it to get here, almost 2 months. So instead of sitting in the back, we're gonna end up doing a bunch of work to the truck, so I'm pretty excited for it, and I think you guys will be too. So unfortunately, it's pretty much a waiting game on parts. I ordered a bunch of parts for the truck that I'm waiting on. Once they get here, I'll take them over to him, and he was waiting on some parts that he ordered for some custom work that he's doing to the truck. And he said once all the parts get here, it'll take about 1 or 2 days for him to install everything. So hopefully mid to next week, the truck will be completely done. So with that being said, it's gonna be a wrap on today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, then please give it a thumbs up. And if you aren't subscribing already, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you don't know about the giveaway going on right now, it's down in the descriptions below. The first link, click on that. It'll take you over there and have all the info on how to enter and everything. The giveaway will end May 26th, at which I will pick our winner, and I will send you out a set of spike lugs of your choice or any merchandise you want if you don't have a vehicle for spike lugs.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this.